Happy Friday. How's everyone doing? I had to start early because it's rainy season here in Florida and some little thunderstorms are billowing up all around and they're supposed to get a little bit stronger later today. I sent a lot of prayers yesterday for Illinois, Michigan, Grand Rapids, Peoria, Streeter. It was just bad. It was really bad. So more prayers because I think there's going to be more storms. Please, everyone, be weather aware. It's probably more towards Ohio. So anyway, I had to start early today. I wanted to say thank you to Mary Jo B. Thank you very much. Card of the day, every single day, the way of positive change. Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Substack. So I'm learning my way around Substack. I got my last video uploaded there. I have a couple of readings available in the month of June, and then I have many readings available in July. And please remember to record your reading. Have a way to record your reading. And, we can meet on your tablet or your laptop, and you can use your phone to do a voice recording or record straight to Zoom. I have many, many questions. Thank you so much. I couldn't get to all of them because I had a couple of surprise ones come up. And this coming Tuesday, Sheila and Danny will be on my channel. And I think we're going to start at around 12 noon Eastern. I may be back on Sunday if things get as crazy as I think they're going to get. And we've got a lot of really great questions. Some of your spiritual questions about ghosts having souls and things like that I'm saving for when Jen Lynn will join me for the July 4th show on my channel. So, and we don't know the time for that yet. Anyway, thanks for being here with me now. Our card of the day is the 8 of Wands. That means quick happenings. It's meant to convey swiftness. It's like arrows being propelled towards a bullseye. So your plans could change quickly. Information can come in rapidly. It could be Cupid's arrows, so duck or run if you want to. It just means a lot of important changes and information coming through. Okay. Gosh, I have so many questions. Okay, so the first thing I want to read on is Trump saw 22 physicians. He was evaluated by 22 physicians at Walter Reed. Now, I intuitively know why this happened, but I want to see what our guides and angels are saying. They're trying to throw my cards around. Thank you, Rosalie. Okay, and I'm going to ask about the cage fight. We're going to ask about the birthday. We're going to ask about everything. Apparently, Russia's building up troops on the border of Finland. Sweden is looking into this. It's getting squirrely there. My friend David just texted me from Oklahoma and said that, what's his name? Paul. Texas Paul did a video on this. You might want to check that out. I Googled it and researched it. It's true. It's scary. I've got some really good questions here. But first, let's start by calling our angels and guides in with our bell. Why did Trump see 22 physicians at Walter Reed? Did he want to see them? Did he just disagree with everything they were saying? I don't know of any physician in the entire time that I worked in ICU, ER, or open heart recovery. I don't know of any physician that asked 21 other physicians to come in and take a look. I mean, come on. All right. So why did he see 22 physicians? What do you think the answer is? I'm interested in your comments. He wanted happy news. He wants things to be okay. He wants a bright rainbow of information because he wants to be in control, and he wants to control what they're saying. He is having problems with his intestines, his bowel. Thank you, T-Bar. Bless you. His bowel has, both the small and large intestines, the things that he eats, how he eliminates. Sorry. Here's the consultations. Well, let's see what someone else says. Let's get somebody else. Let's get somebody else. How he did with his first cabinet with Kelly and all of them. Yeah, he got information that he didn't want to hear. And he just said, I walked away, told him to get out. Probably, I want to control this stream of information. They talked about surgical procedures. Who would be best to help him? When you get the Six of Swords, there's an element of sadness. Yes, you're going to a safer place than where you are currently. But it's with resignation. So they told him, we can help you with something, but this is more like going to plan B. And he was mad. He didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear it at all, y'all. He probably said, screw you. I can't even imagine. He could have even hit somebody, right? He's just in defense. He's just that I don't think you're smart. I don't think you're clever. I don't think you have this right. Get somebody else. I don't think this is right. There were sharp words. Consultation with the Three of Pentacles. Get somebody else. I'm looking for somebody that'll give me a better outcome, a better plan, a better deal, a better outlook. Keep searching. I may go overseas when he's going to go to Paris for the G7. I think he leaves Monday. He's going right after his birthday cage match. He just wants someone to give him an optimistic, cheery, bright, made up, false hopes. I mean, come on. They just want someone to offer him another alternative. Okay, so I don't think that's that weird. Okay. He just wants to continue talking. He wants more opinions. Okay, so let's see then. We're going to do some questions that are not political, a few. All right, so let's see then, how is his health? Because I think he's doing very poorly. I think what we just watched and the temper tantrum that he exhibited and his behavior and switching midstream, saying that he was going to take care of Iran and then now we have a deal. I mean, he's not in charge. Okay, so he's just not, he's a Mad Hatter. He's not in control. We saw it. It's happening right there. He loses his train of thought. He more so than a normal person his age. It's bad. It's over. It's happening. Guides and angels, please show me Trump's health. What's he going through? I feel that after this birthday, there's just going to be less of him. He's got information. He's searching for information, and he doesn't want to face it. He does not want to face it. He's ignoring it. He's just like, I'm just going to keep looking, and I'm going to no. I'm not gonna listen. I believe that they've told him that his situation is deteriorating. This is the card of Virgo. And so I think they've told him that he may have, that Virgo time in the end of August through September would be very important. And there's our Libra card, which would be the end of, and they're saying, he has to have surgery. He's got to have a procedure. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want to believe them. He doesn't. That's it. And I believe he already had a procedure. This something in his DNA. I've always seen him having a problem with something that came down from his mother's side of the family. I know you guys are going to tell me it's his dad. There's our plan B again. Bowel, intestines, again, shocking. More consultations. Okay, so he knows he has to have surgery, or they've told him what's going to happen. He's in full revelation of this, but he is ignoring it, and he thinks he can find someone that's going to give him a cheery outlook, a false narrative of what's actually going on with him, diagnosis that fits his needs. That's what he's going for. He's just going to go to somebody that's going to tell him what he wants to hear. And I believe they're going to do that because they don't really have a choice other than to pull it back and paint a picture, because he's not all there. He's not half there upstairs. All right. So what happens after his birthday? Because I feel like you're going to see more of his cabinet people speaking for him. Will he do less speaking after his 80th party? Will Trump do less speaking at the podium? Will he do less public address or announcements? Will he be seen less? Okay, so he feels like it isn't fair. He is going to continue to do crazy, stupid, bullying things, but it's over the top, and they will not let him. He talks about too many things. He goes off the rails, over his skis, and they're going to lighten his load. The way things have been with him are changing. They've already made a change. They've decided. He's angry about it. They're going to have to medicate him. Listen, his life it's already changed. So please, I know you guys, I know that, we're all like, well, really? I believe it when I see it. Believe me, it has already changed. So they're going to sneak around. They have to outsmart the dinosaur to get the egg. They have to outsmart their opponent. They have to lie to him. They have to say, we're doing something over here, and then do it over here instead. I don't think it's going to work well. And then I think that he is going to just start saying, get out of here, get out of here. But they have to manage the lion. So, this is closing the mouth of the lion, and to me, that is managing him. So they're going to have a very difficult time with this, but they're going to keep trying to avoid, evade, lie, do everything they can. He will still make some, but they'll give him things to talk about that are easy for him to talk about, I guess. I don't. He's trying to hang in there. All right. Okay, so now I want to look and see. He has been 45 has been pushing so many false statements and trying to uncover election interference from Dems and California. And I feel intuitively that he is going to inadvertently expose himself or something that he knows about and say they did it like he did it. So I mean, can't you see that happening? I'm seeing it happening because it's plain as day. So will he inadvertently tell on himself? And Muskmelon, and his zeal to uncover Democratic cheating, will he expose or tell the truth about himself? I've always felt that he would. I feel that he does. He's going to say, like, I know how they did that. This is a yes for me. 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups. The things that I did in the past come around. This is one of the karma cards. People that I worked with, and there's the fighting. There's the inbred MAGAs, entertainment purposes only. There's Russia and how Russia helped with Muskmelon. Here's the information, and here's all of the alliances and partnerships. 1, 2, 3, 2 of Cups, and the Lovers card. Those are the 2 biggest relationship cards that you can come up with. And the 6 of Cups, which means it's karmic. The angels are bringing this. Yeah, he's just going to tell the truth. It's going to come out. This is a yes. He will inadvertently tell on himself. I know how they did it. I did it. This is how they did it. There it is. There it is. And this is my internet card. The 2 of Wands, because when you hold the world in your hand, when you hold your iPad or your tablet or your phone in your hand, you hold the world in your hand. This is the modern day internet card. So this, absolutely, this is educating. This is how 2 things came together to make one thing. And there it is. So I'm going to hold to that, put a pin in that, write that down, help me remember it. It's just as plain as day. And I feel really certain about that. I feel just as certain about that as I do about the 22 physicians. Okay, now, speaking of the PUD, let's just go ahead and take a look at the question about Russia placing troops on the Finnish border. There have always been some, but recently it's been ramped up, and it's causing concern because of the types of building or barracks that they're putting there that could house 6,000 rifle-bearing people. So Sweden is investigating. Is Russia going to invade Finland? Will Finland have a big problem? Well, they're not only going to do this in Finland, they're going to do this with another country as well. They're waiting. So this is secret missions that have already been put together, because this is the past. Psychic. These are 2 of the most psychic cards in all 78 cards. Is the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups, and the Moon card. So this is definitely happening. There's Pud. There's the karma. I don't think this is a big operation into Finland. Now, could this be a secret decoy? Could something start there and take off over Finland? Because that's protected airspace. Man, I got to look at the map again. Okay, so is Finland safe? Is Finland safe? Skirmish, internet problems, scrambling. They may have to scramble jets like Lithuania had to. Same card, same place. They're working on what they need to work on. They're aware. They've been able to pick up airwaves from what's going on. They've already have other people all around the world helping them. They rise to the challenge. They're okay. Okay, so, all right, I feel good about that. There's problems, but they're okay. All right, now speaking of other really crazy far-right, P-Dashi asks, far-right activists. Listen, I've never even heard of this guy, but apparently he was just at that summit in Russia. Candace Owens, you know. Far-right activist Tommy Robinson, whose real name is Stephen Yaxley Lennon, traveled to Moscow to meet Musk's father recently. So what are they doing together? First, so he's a big troublemaker. He's stirred up all kinds of problems in the United Kingdom and online disinformation. Wreaking and causing problems in Ireland too, trying to split those people and pit people against one another with this information. So let's see, let's just look at his future. He's already had charges brought against him, which he evaded. But let's see, Stephen Yaxley Lennon, his future, please, guides and angels. Will he continue to sow discord? I don't like what's happening with Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. And it's like the podcasters are going to take money from the oligarchs again. Like, and then Loomer is pro-Israel. And so now Owens and Carlson are ixnay is not real. So MAGA's imploding, you guys. This is, forget Trump's Cage Mac birthday. That's great for us, right? Okay, so something doesn't go the way he wants it to go, which is good. And his wife, now I know his wife divorced him and there were big problems, but something in his family does not go, and someone may even speak out against him, or he may have some sadness go on in his family. He has been a star. He's made it to the airwaves. He has been a star. Here's the information that he released. Now, something in his life is already undergoing change right now. Perhaps because he met with Muskrat's father, it may be seen as a foolish endeavor. He wanted to begin something. He wants to try to make big problems. He's ignoring an issue that's going to come around and bite him in the butt, just like Trump. He thinks he's happy and free, but there is a lot of speculation He is, for entertainment purposes only, being watched. He is going to have problems and most probably a near miss happen. I think he has bitten off more than he can chew. So he could get CK'd, so not good. Not good there. Somewhere where there are people gathered, where he's the star, with things flying through the air, possibly with that 8 of Wands. So, and then, I had read on Benny Johnson, the big famous podcaster, The Benny Show, right-wing podcaster. He has an incredible following. However, last time I read on him, his cards didn't look good. They looked really bad. We do not wish anyone ill will, but what is going on with him? Does he still have a difficult time up ahead of him? What does his future look like? Benny Johnson, podcaster, successful podcaster, right wing, The Benny Show. Is he going to meet up with some trouble? Get himself into trouble? Hot water? All right, he's trying to get bigger. This is one of those other karmic cards, like the 6 of Cups. So what goes around comes around, like the wheel as well. So those are the 3 karmic cards, right? The wheel, the 3 of Wands, what you put out, what you send out, and your ships come back to you, and the 6. So he's bending to someone else's will. He's always wanting more power. His ego gets the better of him. He's going to partner with someone here. He stumbles a little here. Still making it. Okay, so he's going to partner with someone to try to get even more people, more subscribers. He gets into a sticky situation. He sort of he goes against his better judgment. Then he gets in over his head, and he may have already done something here and is over his head. Doesn't see it coming. So it's the same thing. So put on the bulletin board Benny Johnson and Stephen Yaxley Lennon, aka Tommy Robinson. But he's got himself involved with some people here, and it is over the top, over his skis, not good. Now, that could be in and along the lines of what happened to that person that CK. All right. Gosh. There's some wicked webs out there, you guys. There's some wicked. I am really naive. When I start to find out stuff like that, I am just blown away. And my youngest son, he is on it. He's on it, and he gets blown away. And then we ask about stuff in our psychic development class on Sundays, and that blows me away. Everybody using their pendulum is just craziness. Okay. Now, last reading I did, I got that big hit that 45 would do a 1-2 punch, like the first one a couple of days ago. So he just threw some things out there and there were problems, and then he waited, and then there was another thing following the next day. So he did a 1-2 thing. And then he said he was going to do a third thing and have that be the end of it. So there was this giant taco. And then he said he had a deal, and they were saying they did not have a deal. And the BB person said, didn't know of anything, wasn't aware of anything. So it just looked like he was Mad Hatter inventing things again, going out there. I mean, he's nuts and manipulating the numbers, the financial numbers. So does he have a deal? Because now Iran is saying, well, things are moving swiftly, and we're supposedly sending, I don't know, 800 more times the money that Obama sent. And there's going to be a ceasefire, and then and then they're not going to talk about the enrichment until 60 days from now. And and 45 might be agreeable to have the UN go in there to observe. So does Trump have, how can you have a stable agreement with an unstable person? I don't think it's possible, but let's see. Guides and angels. Let's see. Will this somewhat tentative agreement, will this get signed and have staying power? What happens between, short term, between Iran and the United States? Just asking about those two. Okay, so it doesn't affect just those two, right? It affects the UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudis, Dubai, everyone, and the oil and the money. So, and we saw that the prices were going to go up. Not now. There's a lot of worry, a lot of concern, and a lot of money. And there, you know, and then since when does he ever pay anybody he's supposed to pay? Right? So will there be a big trick? A big empty bag? This isn't finished. This isn't settled. This isn't signing papers. This is, we're still spitting at each other. So, and this means when you're doing a tarot reading and you ask about two people or two countries or and you get 5, that means there's more than 2 people involved. There's too many people in this. It's getting people in here. So that is not real. ATTACK. This and this. Then all you need now is the Chariot card. People in uniform, right? This is bad. This isn't good. This is conflict, unrest, fighting, drama, chaos. Too much, over the top, tempers flaring. Okay. So there's some more skirmishes. And then we're on a scale from 0 to 10, we're at 7. There's some other people getting involved in this somehow. I'm not sure. I don't know if this is the Beebster and Beirut or Lebanon. So this falls down, blows up, and then we start again. Then there's more stable ground ahead. And there's also a problem over real estate. There's a certain land area. And, you know, of course, we're talking about the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, so let's just ask, what about the beepster and is not real? I've already said it's real. I can just say it. So what about Iran? Baby. Lebanon. Beirut. Is that settled? Or no? Deal or no deal? Not the name of a show. I know there was Let's Make a Deal. Okay. So when you bring two elements together, they make a compound. So that has to bring, everybody has to be together on the same page. And that's not happening. And there are lies and deception and agitation and fighting. There are people who are losing their homes, their money, their self-esteem. They're getting in their own way with these. And then there are quick changes. Someone's not happy with these, with the terms or agreement. Other places in the world, internet. Okay, so again, problems first, then possible solutions. Okay. This all depends on how much money they get. That's all that Iran wants, is giant amounts of money. Okay. So will the Strait of Hormuz be open soon for all? Will the Strait of Hormuz be open for all vessels soon? I don't think that's going to curb the issues that are coming down the line, yes, but not by the end of summer. Will the Strait of Hormuz be open soon? Been listening to a lot of different economists and teachers, professors, Justin Wolfers, all kinds of military experts, Hertling. Something's not enough. The money, they're up in, someone has to up the ante. Everybody's not on the same page. They're not, but they're still going to manage it, but they're allowing some things to go through, some people to go through, but they're still in charge. There's our military. There's the travel. And then there's a giant problem and somebody does something malefic. Bad actors. All right, so now I have to figure out, I'm sorry, but I got to figure this out. Does the U.S. suffer, do U.S. ships or military personnel have a problem with the Strait of Hormuz? Do U.S. personnel, ships, helicopters, any of our military, do they run into a giant problem with Iran in the Strait of Hormuz? Someone's not playing fair. Someone breaks it. Someone breaks it. It's bad. 5 of Swords is about as bad as it can get. It means somebody is dirty dealing. you know, and look at all sides. Okay, I don't think money comes through like it's supposed to. And then they're not happy with that. And that's why this happens. I think that like many times when Trump promises something, just the follow through isn't there. And that's what causes the fight. Okay, there's a huge problem. And this means we have a problem. The US will have a problem. Same cards. And, you know, it's just too much. Yes, we know the answer to their big problems. It's all over power and control. They're going to say, we don't want you there. And they're saying, we are going to be here. And if you don't like it, that's too bad. And then there's going to be a huge knuckle dragging, club carrying Neanderthal fight. And then it can possibly get better. But the straight is not open here. There's giant problems here. Maybe it does a little bit and then a problem where we just have a problem getting there, or Trump opens his mouth again, or just still more fighting. Okay. And I also saw, oh, you guys, what is that guy's name? The Democrat running in Maine. He had the 8 of Cups. What is his name, you guys? Can somebody write it in all caps so I can see it from over here? The Democrat in Maine with all the sexting scandals for entertainment purposes only. Plattner? Did I say that right? Plattner. All right, Democrat candidate. Running for Susan Collins' seat. Will he be victorious or not? Thank you, guys. Clouding up over here. Okay, he's going to have problems. He's got incoming problems big time. There's our card of the day again. It could be something that has to do when he was younger or a younger person. A baby, little person. He's in defense, slander, adversity. There's another male that speaks up for him. Something where he traveled. Oh, I don't like this. Someone's trying to interfere with his health and well-being. He has to recover from something. Again, same spot. He is not going to be able to do this. Something happens. What do you think it is? I want to know what you think. I'm starting to wonder what's in those cups. Just someone else just really coming after him. It's just not good. I hope he's okay, but this looks really, somebody's really in. I don't know if he's safe. Yikes. Okay, wow. I wonder if he's going to be okay. All right. Oh, and oh gosh, the other person I wanted to read about is Konstantin Malofeev, who's also causing problems. A prominent Russian media baron, founder of Tsargrad TV. oligarch Orthodox Konstantin Malafev, prominent in the first invasion of Ukraine, supported the podcasters getting money, so they say, for entertainment purposes only. He was brought up on charges. He's been evading sanctions and attempting to establish pro-Kremlin media networks in Europe. So we have a couple of really bad, malefic people running around. Let's see the future for Malafev Konstantin, prominent Russia media baron, founder of Tsargrad TV. His future, guides and angels. You guys hear the thunder and lightning? Well, you can't hear lightning, can you? But you can hear the thunder. Ooh, I gotta finish this up. Okay. We gotta ask. Okay, first, Konstantin. Malafev. Falafel. It's a mouthful. All right. Okay, he's not doing so great either. His momentum is, so the other guy, Stephen Yaxley Lennon, aka Tommy Robinson, had this same card come out, but then he had this one upright, so he starts to do better. Whereas this guy, his future doesn't look as bright at this moment. He's trying to travel and get around. People are hosting him. Now, he could actually go to jail. He gets stopped. He's going to get in trouble, adversity. He goes overboard. It's too much. He's involved in too much, too many partners, problems, and the devil. Now, could this have anything to do with these repeating cards with podcaster Benny Johnson? For entertainment purposes only. Same cards. We're not even going to Candace Owen, Tucker Carlson. So, okay. Birthday cage fight. How does the UFC cage fight event go Sunday? I mean, they're saying there could be skeeters, flies, rain. How's that event going to go? It's going to be like 89, 90 degrees. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, thank you. Yep, I'm gonna get off in a minute. All right. How does the cage fight go? Okay. Thank you, Buka. All right, so there's all kinds of speculations. There's billowing clouds, there's problems. They have a couple of bad actors. Thank you for the super sticker, Susie Werner. I could see your name well enough. Okay. There's a bad actor, someone, power plays, people pay money, there's not enough people, problems, more money, opportunity. How does it go? Two aces change of places. Could they have to move it inside? Can they move it to somewhere else, a local arena, when they get the weather report? It's just going to look like I mean, there's opportunity here, but they can't make it into what they wanted to make it into. And it's sort of foolish. And all the money grab the day before at that event, there could be some changes here. Magician on its side. So, and I didn't get that he would be happy this weekend. So that's 45. All right. Okay. All right, I have three non-political questions. Oh, one more political. How will Trump do in France for the G7 summit? He says he's going. He's going to have somebody with a net to try to help him, or one of those show business hooks to help him go in the right. How are they going to do that? He can't do it. I don't think he's fully made up his mind yet. That thunder's getting loud. How will Trump do France G7? People don't want him there. They don't want him there. He doesn't have the energy to go there. There's going to be some changes. I don't think he's going to go. If he doesn't go, there's at least going to be some changes to the venue because they don't want him. They don't want to play reindeer games with him. They do not. Yeah, well, he skips out on something. Even if he goes, he skips out on something. He's got health problems here. This just doesn't look good. It's all swords. It's a mess. Okay, it's a mess. All right. I don't think he has a good weekend. When I read with the Petty Boots group last Sunday, I got really bad cards for his weekend. All right. All right, Clark Scott wanted to know, will we Americans be forced to have to give up our beloved pets due to affordability issues? Man, when I first moved into my house here, in the housing crisis, my house was a foreclosure and I had my son's dog because he had moved. The medical bills for a big white docile pit bull named Dookie Dog, who was the most beautiful, loving dog. But man, that was tough. Those vet bills, and my sister-in-law is a veterinarian. Affordability. Pets. There's going to be a lot of institutions that will help pets stay with their owners. We have a no-kill shelter here that I did reading. There's a lot of fundraisers. People helping people. Okay, so people helping people. Money is an issue, but we always want to try to help our pets. When we get consultations, we try other things, alternative methods, alternative medicine. We pray, we say, we ask, we get consultations, we get other people to help us out. There's the star card, hope. It's tough. It can be heavy load. And some people will not be able. You might want another dog or you might want another cat and you already have one, And so it could be tough. The medical bills for pets, medical insurance, pets, and things like that will be tough. It's hard. It's really hard. So I don't think people will be at this time when gas is going to continue to go up, and it's difficult. It's going to be difficult. You know, we have hope for the future. There will be institutions and fundraisers and people that will help. Yes. But it's very tough. It doesn't look so great. We have a short period of time here where things are not going to be so great. Okay, then it's going to be okay, you guys. Then it's going to be okay with the pets, with the son, the horse, the child, and the informer. Okay, then there were some negative comments about Social Security being saved or cut. Will Social Security be safe and survive? Will Social Security be safe and survive? I know Zinni's under my bed. She gets little, she goes under there. Okay, there's a lot of worrying and anxiety, but the 9 of Swords is a good card to get when we are doing some mind torture or thinking negatively, because the astrological glyphs on the blanket and the roses on the blanket stand for hope and promise for the future. So our worst fear is not going to suddenly materialize. There are lots of meetings that discuss this. They worry about them being cut, but they're still here. It needs to be more. It's getting, what I think is going to happen here is they rob Peter to pay Paul. So there could be another thing that gets cut so they can continue to fund Social Security. This, I think, is safe. Something else gets surrendered, a judicial agreement, and it's safe. So don't worry, okay? It could get a little hairy there, but hairy? But something else gets chopped. But you'll be all right. Okay. Then Ari Congo said, Disclosure Day hits theaters today. Does Spielberg know something we don't? And by the end of 2026, will most of humanity finally understand that we are not alone in the universe? By the end of 2026. They're still keeping some information under wraps. It depends on how many other things they want to cover up. Look, there's a flying saucer. Oops, that's it. All right. Things that are written, things from the past. Revelation that blows people's mind. They're going to, when something about the Epstein papers and list comes up, that's when there's going to be real Disclosure Day. The energy is manipulated. They'll bring up two, and this is to offset another issue. There could be a report by the end of 2026 of another, unidentified object here. This is informing. I don't think it's, did I say 2025? I meant 2026. I think it's on into the next year. I think on a scale from 0 to 10, we're at 7. Great question. Okay. All right, so how are we on time? We're good. Let's do reading. I just want to see overall, how are you, how is the average American citizen going to do financially? Let's just take it to the end of September. So through the summer, the beginning of school, how will average American citizen do financially by the end of September? to get really tough when our reserves run out. They're going to try to manipulate numbers, disguise information, obfuscate, tell you one thing and another thing happens. Change will have happened. May not have as many choices at stores. Certain brands. Through shipping. Everybody does what they need to do to help each other, but it's tough. And this, I'm asking about the end of September, and this is coming up. So October, November, we're going to have to revisit this. I'll take a look at this. This will be good, some good questions to ask with Sheila and Danny on my channel Tuesday at noon. I may come back on Sunday. I'll take a look at the weather. See how we do. I may do a still video, or I could go live with you guys Sunday. We'll see. Government is trying to work on something. They know this is changed. They know this huge change is coming down the pike. Now they're trying to work on something because they know this is going to put a world of hurt on people. They're trying to come up with plan B because they messed plan A up to the 10th power. So they're going to try to make some sort of philanthropic, I'm not saying that they're going to draw up a stimulus because there isn't the Page of Pentacles there, but they're working on making prices better. There's going to be some help. Help is after some tough times. So you stock your pantries with things that can, things that last, you know, get good food that lasts. Don't buy things that you don't like because that makes it tougher. So buy things, watch now for buy one, get ones at your stores and start with those. Okay. There will be some relief here, but there's some tough times here. You know that I'm not gonna, try to make a false statement, or my guides and angels won't come back here to help you. All right. So this looks tough. There's people who are going to have a very difficult time, and change happens. And it's like we can't see exactly when it's going to happen because they're not telling us the truth. So, but the angels and the Hierophant are here, and there is philanthropy here, and people will work on, there are people, there's one dark-haired lady that could be, it could be Zuckerberg's wife, it could be Microsoft Gates' wife, it could be Oprah Winfrey, it could be all kinds of people getting together. I think it's women, but we'll go and we'll do a deeper dive on this. Thank you so much for your questions. That storm must have gone a little bit south or north of me. I don't think it's south because I must have gone north, or it's just sitting there. Let's take a look at our weekend. Raymond. Yes, help me out, you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. Remember to support your favorite reader or podcaster, whoever that is, because we all really need your help. And I appreciate everything that you've done for me already. So if I ever forget to say thank you, thank you. All right, so What did we learn today, Lori Grasshopper? We learned that Plattner is not done with the problems, and I'm concerned about his health. Benny Johnson has a big awakening coming. Activist Trump's not going to do good. Something gets messed up with the G7. They leave him out of stuff. And this other guy, Konstantin Malafeev, big problems. All right. So start stocking your pantry. I know you already have. Don't be afeared. Just stock up. The outcome card was very good, but the 6 card was very tough for some people. All right. So we're going to have to all pull together, which we will. We will. Absolutely. Okay. And the food pantry that I deal with, that is the best one that I'm aware of anywhere around here, is run by the local liberal Presbyterian church. So don't forget to check your churches. And don't tell me churches don't have food pantries and lines, because they have them all, at least they do in Florida, all over the place. Methodist churches, Catholic services, everywhere. All right, guides and angels, please show us a reading for you and me. It's really for you, but you and me. And remember, we do a card of the day every day in the Way of Positive Change. Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Substack. You can find me there. And just say, hey, I'm there. I see you. Thank you. So the 7 of Cups flew out again. So we're just not going to be told the truth. They're just not telling us the truth about anything. It's like nebulous soup. So use your pendulum. Use your oracle deck. Do your own card of the day. You know, they make fabulous oracle decks with the little books that go with them. Okay. Right now, we're all right. Right now, we are okay. Just take baby steps. Don't overthink. Don't overanalyze. Somebody big could have a problem and go to jail this weekend. But this means you are free to move forward. Don't overanalyze. Don't go into analysis paralysis. Get out of your head. Get into your car. Get out of your house. Start walking. Okay. So the problems with Iran are not over. And you do not need to hurry. You do not need to hurry. You don't need to hoard. You do not need to be in a hurry. So just go slow. No knee-jerk reactions to anything that we hear or problems. Okay. No knee-jerk reactions. Victory after adversity. Do the right thing. Get your spiritual on. Get with your favorite guru. You know, lots of times Mel Robbins is fantastic. She's on Instagram and she is very good at motivating everybody. All right, here's the stocking up. But you don't have to hoard. You do not. This is not about toilet paper. It's not. No knee-jerk reactions. If you can, put some money aside for your medicines, and you may want to inquire. Monday when offices are open, you may want to inquire if they're going to have a way, or to get more medicine. Your emotions could get a little prickly. Leave the past in the past. Remember, they're not going to tell us the truth, but we're all right now. We're okay right now. Okay. Watch your emotions. Okay. What's the best thing to do when we could take something too personally, or we start to get sad or depressed. We have to go outside and we need to play. We do things we used to like to do when we were little, and we go with our pets, our happy littles, pets, grandchildren, places where families go where there are children that are happy. Artistic, start an artistic project, an art project, singing, dancing, anything with the arts, design, painting, drawing, redoing your living room, painting your living room. And with this going on here, we might need to bring some bright, canary yellow or lime green in. Remember, colors and music change. So what's the best way to change this kind of concern is to lift your vibration with color and with music. Don't forget to use solfeggio frequencies for enlightenment and happiness. Look up, Google, what is the solfeggio frequency for happiness? And it'll tell you the number hertz. And you go to that on YouTube. And you can play that in the background. But play happy music. Play something new. Don't go into old, sad music from the past. Play a different kind of music that you don't hear. Play Celtic women, Play spiritual music. Play Buddha lounge, or beautiful songs, any kind of singing that you like, or jazz. But nothing from the past. Keep the past in the past. I don't like this. Don't let past doubts or icky come up from the past. Put it over there. It's got nothing to do with what we're creating today. We got to stay in the happy artistic. And don't isolate. This is not good. When you isolate, you go into this and this. You're inside too much. So even if there's storms, get out. Fresh air, colors, dress for success. Make yourself extra pretty or extra handsome, okay? This is not good. So you've got to help yourself here, all right? Get out. Get out, walk around. All right, window shop. Get with a friend. Split a big dinner. All right, much love to you guys. I just want to pick one card. I feel like I need a pick-me-up card after that. What do we not know? Victory after adversity. So we're going to be fine. This is Excalibur after all. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much. T-Barb, you angel. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for the super chats. Thanks for being here. And we're going to be okay together. Don't worry. All right?